Hello and welcome back to Crypto Saving Experts, where we talk about the latest cryptocurrency news and take a look at the markets so that we all know exactly what is happening. My name is Jess. We've got some big news today. There's been a lot of drama going on in the cryptocurrency world, and we have a new announcement from Crypto Saving Experts. So if you are new here, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button. First of all, today, let's take a look at what is new from Crypto Saving Expert. If you go to cryptosavingexpert.com, you will notice this new entry into the navigation bar of the website, and if you click on that, you will find our merch store. So it has finally launched. It is now live, and you can get your hands on some of the stuff that I've been showing you in the streams, such as these Bitcoin socks. You can also get your hands on one of these Bitcoin bees if you are interested in LED lights like this. We've also got lots of merch, t-shirts on the table, accessories. You can see we've got loads of different things here. This crypto thermal mug, I use that every single day. I went and raided the stock at Crypto Saving Expert so I could test everything and make sure it was all fine. And that crypto thermal mug is one of my favorite items from the merch store. We also have Bitcoin wax melts here. Now these are the things that I've not seen many other people selling at all. So I've got some of these here. And you can also buy the actual wax melter on the website as well. So I've just got one here, and I melt my wax, and they all smell very, very nice there. What else have we got on here? I think one of the best things on here is going to be the DIY Raspberry Pi hardware wallets. This is the kit you need to create your own hardware wallet from a Raspberry Pi and turn one of those green mini boards into a hardware wallet with a screen and with buttons and a navigation button, so you can move around, and you can learn how to do that in one of the courses at cryptosavingexpert.com as well. So that's everything you need to make your own hardware wallet there. We also have metal seed wallets with the Crypto Saving Expert logo on, so you can put your wallet private key in there and store it safely. You'll see all the benefits for that in the description of those items, but take a look around the store yourself and see what we've got there. We have actually had people purchasing our mystery boxes today as well. It's all been very exciting. The launch of a new section of the website is always good fun. It's nice to see people reacting to that nicely. So thank you very much if you have already checked it out. And if you haven't already, make sure to go to cryptosavingexpert.com /collections. Well, what we can do here is we can just go to cryptosavingexpert.com, and then you can press the merch store tab there in the navigation bar, and you can see our merch store. In fact, I'll drop the link to this in today's live chats here as well, so you can see that for yourself and everything we have to offer. But now let's take a look at what's going on with the cryptocurrency news. We have a lot to discuss today. First of all, we are going to take a look at what has been going on with BITBOY. Now, we've got the video here. I'm going to play it super loudly. Now, this isn't going to be the perfect quality, but I just want to show you what's happening here.
At Carlos's house. This is where Carlos lives, guys. I am live streaming from Carlos's house. Carlos has my Lamborghini right here in his garage. So today, guys, I'm going to be live streaming, and I'm going to be telling the entire story of Carlos Diaz.
So this is the live stream that BITBOY was doing on YouTube yesterday. That Martini Guy YT on Twitter has shared the entire video there if you want to go and check that out. But you can see here he's discussing what's happened with his Lamborghini, what's happened with BITBOY, and how things have changed, how the biggest cryptocurrency YouTube channel has completely fell apart within the last couple of weeks, stood outside Carlos's house. He then has the police arrive while he's still on stream. And then we see him admit that Cassie, the woman he's been having an affair with, is actually in the car with him. He has a weapon in there as well. The police come, they arrested him. He has now been released on bail, but there's a lot more news to come from this story, I believe. It has been absolutely shocking to see what's been unraveling within the last couple of weeks. We have reported on this previously. We are seeing Ben Armstrong being removed from his company, whether you're on Ben's side or the company's side. There's a huge debate here. We don't really need to be taking sides. What we are seeing here are problems that we don't want to be having in the cryptocurrency space. This news is spreading out of the cryptocurrency space into the traditional markets, and once again, crypto is getting a bad name. So this is something that we could ideally be avoiding, although some people over on cryptocurrency Twitter are quite enjoying the entertainment. But let's see what's going on in this news story here. So you can see here what we have is BitBoy Crypto's Ben Armstrong released on bail after arrest on live stream. So Armstrong built BitBoy Crypto from scratch, but has found himself caught up in legal fights over his place at the company. So you can see he has been arrested yesterday evening, and we are seeing the location. He was arrested outside Carlos Diaz's house, his former business partner, and we are seeing he has now been released on bail. He spent 8 hours behind bars before his release. Now, if you take a look on Twitter and you search Ben Armstrong, it actually comes up here. So you can see what he's been saying today and what has been going on from his opinion. You can see he's been tweeting about what's happened. He did discuss a couple of other cryptocurrency YouTubers during his live stream yesterday, within the middle of his anger and his adrenaline. So he has apologized to Altcoin Daily and Crypto Wendy today. We've also seen in the last couple of hours, don't go and watch this until we finish today's stream, but we have also seen that Altcoin Daily did a video on YouTube interviewing TJ, another guy at BitBoy Crypto, who Ben Armstrong is very much against at this point in time, and he gives the opposing opinions. There's 2 points of view to this story, right? There's BitBoy Crypto is the company, then we have Ben Armstrong's story, who is BitBoy, and then we have the team story, the team that is still there story. And we're seeing the opposite side of the story in Altcoin Daily's recent video. It is a long one, it's like 1 hour 40 or something, but it gives a nice insight and a little bit of an opposing view, because right now it's really easy to just see Ben Armstrong's point of view all the time. But that was an interesting watch nevertheless. If you're looking for something to watch on a Tuesday, maybe it's a good idea. Let's see what else is going on in the cryptocurrency news. So let's actually look at what's going on rather than talking about the drama of cryptocurrency influencers. Here we have e-commerce giant Amazon plans $4 billion investment in AI firm Anthropic. So OpenAI's rival Anthropic also received a $500 million investment from bankrupt FTX last year. So huge amounts of investment going into Anthropic. It was founded in 2021 by the former research executives at OpenAI, the Microsoft-based company behind the popular AI chatbot ChatGPT. So we are seeing here Anthropic was valued at about $5 billion after it raised $450 million in May this year. And so far, the company has reportedly raised $2.7 billion from notable backers, including Google, Spark Capital, Salesforce, Sand Ventures, and others. So interesting in that developments there for Anthropic. We are also seeing in today's news some sad news here today. Huobi has been hacked for $8 million. Now, Justin Sun, who is the founder of Huobi, has said they will cover all losses here. So that he has also founded Tron, and he has said the crypto exchange had suffered a hack worth 5,000 ETH, worth an estimated $8 million. But Mr. Sun has added that Huobi had successfully stopped the attack and would cover all losses. So this is, it's nice to see that a centralized exchange can cover losses like this, something which FTX may have failed to do if something like this happened last year. We are seeing here, he also offered a bounty, a 5% bounty of the stolen amount of $400,000 for the hacker to return the funds. So we see this pretty frequently within the cryptocurrency space. People may get their funds hacked, and then they may say, look, we could go to court about this if we find out who you are. Alternatively, you can give back 95% of those funds. You can keep the rest, and even if we find out who you are, you have all the rights to that cash. You can take that cash and you can do what you want with it. So that bounty is a bit of relief for the company who've had their funds hacked and the hacker, because the hacker can walk away with their funds, and the hacked company can get the majority of those funds back, deal with the mistakes, learn where they went wrong, and improve on that for next time. But we are waiting to see if we are going to see that bounty be confirmed or not. The hacker returned the funds. Justin Sun said he would also hire the hacker as a security white hat advisor for HTX. Now, white hat hackers are hackers who are morally correct and believe that they are trying to improve the ecosystem by looking at projects and trying to improve them, looking for flaws and trying to develop them. Black hat hackers are the type of hackers that will take your funds and run. So that's the difference here. And he's trying to turn this black hat hacker into a white hat hacker, essentially saying, look, keep 5% of the funds, get a job with us, and all is sweet. So that's what we're seeing there. We are seeing Huobi recently rebranded to HTX. H stands for Huobi, T stands for Tron, and X for the exchange. We are adding another meaning here. The X is the Roman numeral for 10, and this occurred on Huobi's 10th anniversary. So that's what's going on with Huobi. All funds will be covered from the founder, so from the company. So all good there. Let's see what else is going on in the latest cryptocurrency news. Good afternoon, Alex. Good afternoon, PG. Apologies for the delay in timings for today's stream. We're streaming a lot later than usual. I've been caught up in some other stuff today, but what we have seen today is the launch of Crypto Saving Expert's merch store. So what we have here is if you go to cryptosavingexpert.com and you press this merch store link in the navigation bar, you'll get access to our freshly launched merch store. We launched this today. On the merch store, you can get access to loads of good stuff. We have launched our Bitcoin LED lights. We're going to have more of these in different styles as well coming very, very soon. We also have some Bitcoin socks on the merch store, and we are offering some wallets, metal seed wallets. We've got paper seed wallets. We've got DIY Raspberry Pi hardware kits. So that is where in one of the Crypto Saving Expert courses, if you go to cryptosavingexpert.com, I'm not logged in right now, but if you go to the courses section and you are a Community Plus member or a premium member and you go to creative, you will see there is a course here on how to build your own hardware wallet, and that course teaches you how to take a Raspberry Pi, which is one of these green things, into a hardware wallet, and you can actually buy all the equipment you need to do that in our merch store now. So that is the DIY Raspberry Pi hardware wallet kit. That's where you can get all the equipment for that course if you wanted to take part in that course and you are a member of the website. We are also offering a load of merch. As I was saying at the start of today's stream, I have been and raided the whole shop and tested all of this stuff to make sure it was good enough. And I have been using my thermal cup every single day. And that is this one here. I think that's my favorite out of everything. The wax candles are really, really nice as well. They smell very, very good. And I always use my Crypto Saving Expert mug as well. A lot of this stuff comes in a lot more handier than you think. And if you want it all and you don't really know which ones to go for, why not try our mystery boxes as well? So the mystery boxes mean that it says in the description here, I've accidentally added one to basket there, it says in the description here, you will never receive a large quantity of one item. You will receive new items with a retail value of more than you paid for the mystery box there. So you'll get a mixture of different things in that box. No, you won't know what you're getting until it actually arrives. Lots of exciting stuff there. Newly launched website, so make sure to check it out if you haven't already. Let's see what else is going on in the cryptocurrency news today. What have we got here? So we're going on to Microstrategy now. Microstrategy have spent another $147 million to buy Bitcoin, increasing their stash to over 158,000 Bitcoin. So MicroStrategy issued and sold 403,000 shares of its Class A common stock to fund the BTC purchase. So saying this again and again and again, basically, they're dumping their stock, taking that cash and putting it into Bitcoin. And it really is a win-win for them because they're selling an asset, which is their stock, which they don't believe is going to be as well. They're selling that for fiat, and they're not fiat fans, they're Bitcoin fans. So if they can sell that into fiat and then move that money into Bitcoin, that's a win for them. They're essentially just swapping in their fiat stocks for crypto, and that's exactly what they want to be doing here because they believe in Bitcoin for the long term. So they've purchased 5,445 Bitcoin for roughly $147 million at an average price of $27,000 per coin. So we are seeing the company now holds 158,000 Bitcoin acquired at an average of $29,582 per coin. Now there is a big purchase, still not as big as Coinbase. Coinbase has officially become the biggest holder of Bitcoin in the world. We reported on this yesterday. Coinbase's holdings are now even bigger than Satoshi Nakamoto's, the anonymous creator of Bitcoins. So these companies are growing at a massive rate despite some challenges in terms of regulation all across the world. We are also seeing Gemini is going to invest $24 million in Indian operations. So Gemini has announced it will strengthen its presence in India. So we are saying here today, we are delighted to build on that announcement and reveal that we have opened our office within the Cyber Hub at Campus Cyber Greens, a cutting-edge center for crypto and technology innovation. So what we're seeing here, as we keep saying, is regulation is making it tough for centralized exchanges to operate in the West. So they seem to be moving over to Asia, and we are looking more and more like Asia will be the leaders of the next bull market, with the clarity and regulation being a lot clearer over there than it is in the US, in the UK. Things are changing, and things are changing quickly, and these centralized exchanges are trying to adapt to that news as quick as possible. Let's see what else is going on in the cryptocurrency news today. Let me get this all correct. What we have here is Zebu Live. So Zebu Live is a cryptocurrency event which is being held a week on Thursday and Friday. I believe it's the 5th and 6th of October. Let's see if we can get the dates on here somewhere. So this is next week. If you haven't yet got your tickets, go to the Crypto Saving Expert website. I'll drop the link to this in today's chat. So I'll put that in the chat there. You can get 30% off if you use the discount code CSE. And that's just CSE in capital letters, so you won't forget that. If you are getting tickets, make sure to use that link to save 30%, and that 30% you could be spending on Bitcoin. What we are seeing here, we're going to see a load of industry-leading sponsors. I know that Jordan, that Martini guy, is going to be there. I did see on Twitter this morning, Ivan on Tech is going to be there, and a lot of other familiar faces that you'll have seen regularly online in the world of crypto. And we are also seeing that this event has changed slightly since last year. So I did actually go to this event last year. It was a big success. It was a lot of fun. And we are seeing this year, well, since last year, Stephen Bartlett, who is one of the dragons on Dragon's Den and also has a famous podcast, Diary of a CEO, has actually acquired the company. So we can see here, co-founders are going to be talking, and we did see Stephen Bartlett actually speak at the event last year. So we are going to see the event boast an impressive lineup of renowned speakers, including co-founder and headline speaker Stephen Bartlett. He has gained recognition through his prominent roles on BBC Dragon's Den and an esteemed host of the Diary of a CEO podcast. So the event will unite titans such as Google, Manchester United, and Hugo Boss, but also tribalizing startups together. They will embark on an in-depth discussions concerning the future of Web3. So if you are interested in this, make sure to check that out, and make sure to use the code CSE in capital letters to get 30% off your tickets. I will be there, and so will the team at Crypto Saving Expert as well. So it'd be nice to meet some of you if you are around and in the area. Let's see what else is going on here. Binance reopened services in Belgium. As I said, regulation is changing, and with those changes, these centralized exchanges are trying to adapt as quickly as possible. We are seeing Binance Belgium has stated that alongside new registrations, users who previously held an account could begin using the exchange again after accepting the new terms of use. So they've reopened registrations and access to Binance products and services in Belgium. So Binance is looking to re-enter European markets as Bybit is looking to leave the UK as regulation changes. Let's move on to the next one here and see what else is going on. We have the world is unprepared for 7% rates, according to Jamie Dimon. So he has expressed his doubt that the world is ready for higher interest rates. We are seeing here he is the CEO of JP Morgan. He has expressed his concerns that the global economy may not be prepared to handle the worst case scenario of US interests reaching a high as 70% and as the economy enters a period of stagflation. So what we are seeing here is a lot of fear about what's going to happen in the US in the next couple of months. What we've seen is inflation hit a very big high of 9.1% back in June 2022, and that's a year-on-year percentage. And then since then, the inflation has declined for a fair amount of years until I think 3 months ago. And then inflation has started to unfortunately increase again in the US. They have not unfortunately been able to hit their target of 2% inflation year-on-year. And with inflation rates now increasing again, there is more and more pressure on the Fed to increase interest rates further. Increasing interest rates means people are going to spend less money, therefore shrinking the economy and reducing inflation. But increasing interest rates is really, it's a horrible situation to be in, and it doesn't create a nice economy, and it makes things very difficult for the day-to-day people. So we are seeing here Jamie Dimon is warning of 7% interest rates and what could happen as a result of that. He's said here, going from 0 to 2% was almost inconsequential. Going from 0 to 5% caught some people by surprise, but no one would have considered 5% out of the realm of possibility. I'm not certain if the world is prepared for 7%. If interest rates are raised to 7% while we're facing stagflation or persistent high inflation and unemployment, it would significantly increase the risk of the US economy slipping into a recession. This would be an unfavorable outcome for assets like technology stocks and cryptocurrencies, which thrive on lower interest rates. Additionally, continued tightening would push US Treasury yields to levels not seen in decades, making bonds more attractive than they've been since 2009 and potentially diverting capital away from riskier investments. So his remarks contradict the prevailing opinion that the Fed's tightening cycle has peaked, but you can learn more about that in this article. One thing I would like to say in response to this article is there's a lot of fear right now that we are going to enter a recession very, very soon. And I was looking on cryptocurrency Twitter this morning, and I'm going to see if I can pull something up for you right now. If I take a look, I believe it was Elio Trades that was talking about this on Twitter just a few days ago. Now, how do we spell Elio Trades? Let's see if we can pull this up. Maybe it's double L. Does anyone know if it's double L? Let's see what's in here. Here we go. Elio Trades has tweeted this, and this is something that I want to be talking about in today's stream. So he has said, this century-old chart has predicted nearly every major financial boom or bust in the past 100 years. It also lines up almost perfectly with my thesis. Everyone expects a recession now, but the pain trade will be a new highs. A new bull run so intense people forget their bearish outlooks and chuck their net worths into risk assets near the top. 2026 begins 6 years of true carnage before the super cycle where crypto and AI are the drivers of a new global system. So what this is saying here is if we go for this chart, which has been around for years and years and years and has historically been pretty accurate, we could be looking at 2026 being the year of pain, and that could be the start of 6 years of pain. Now, I am very much of the opinion that when people are fearful, that's when you should be greedy, and when people are greedy, you should be thinking fearfully. And what we have seen here is there is a general consensus right now that there is a recession coming. We have been hearing these statements since back in 2020 when that pandemic began, and we can all see that there are problems going on in the economy right now. But is that going to be pushed back to a later date? In 2020, everybody was saying it's going to happen, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. We're now in 2023. Could we be looking at this in 2026 and going, we were thinking about it way too early, we should have been taking advantage of that market cycle that was coming up? Potentially. In 2020, when people were saying it, if you listened to that news and you believed there was a recession coming and you stayed away from the assets, you would have missed the peak of that cryptocurrency bull market. So I'm trying to look at this with a fair head, and there's a lot of conversation to be had around this because it is a big debate, and it's not something that we can just discuss easily. I mean, it's either we're going to see a big bull market or we're not, essentially. And there is a big debate around that. I am actually more in favor of this theory and Elio Trades theory than in the theory that we're going to see a recession first before anything moves. And that's not based on my hopium. That is based on my belief that the market likes to take the path of most pain. And it always, always does. And I do believe this would create the most pain. But who knows? So this is all speculation here. Let's take a look at what else is going on in the cryptocurrency news. So Bitcoin Ordinals creator has proposed runes as a BRC20 alternative. So Bitcoin Ordinals have been creating a huge amount of congestion on the Bitcoin network. We have seen response to this new idea. A new terrible idea just dropped. Runes, a worse is better fungible token protocol for Bitcoin. It's one of the responses we've seen on Twitter. If you are interested in runes, make sure to check out this article. But to finish off today's stream, we're going to take a look at the price of Bitcoin and see what's been going on over there. So what we've seen here is Bitcoin has had, let's take a look at the daily chart, not really moved today. Again, Bitcoin hasn't really moved today. Is that much of a surprise for you? Probably not. If we take a look at the markets tab today, you can see it's looking pretty red. We are seeing 4% gains average overall around here, I would say. Bitcoin down almost 4.5% within the last week. Ethereum, something similar within the last week. We are trading at $26,190. In terms of biggest gainers, let's look at the positives. We've got BNB up 0.5%. If that is one of the biggest gainers, you can tell it's not been a good 24 hours. Maker is up 4%. Binary X is up 5.7%. And in terms of biggest losers, Engine down 4.6%. FTX down 3.8%. FTX has been incredibly volatile within the last couple of weeks. Maybe this is something that traders are taking advantage of. Very, very volatile asset at those lower prices. So we're seeing big fluctuations in terms of percentage values there. Let's take a look at what's going on with the price of Bitcoin. You can see here we are looking like we are trading back within this range. As I've been saying on this channel for a while, sideways action is not the worst thing we could be seeing for Bitcoin right now. A lot of people are shouting for lower prices, but instead we are just seeing sideways action and low volatility and low volumes. So if that's what we need to take instead of that low move to the downside, that's what we need to take, and I'm pretty happy with that. But that is all we really have for today's stream, so thank you very much for tuning in. As always, I hope you have enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification button, go to cryptosavingexpert.com, check out our merch store, and I will see you all back here tomorrow with another Crypto